Now 我们上一个 video 我们讲的 differentiation 的 application 是关于到我们的 volume and surface area 之类的东西的。But now 这一个就不同。Okay, so let's have a look. 我们这里看的是 rate of change. Okay, application is not only just surface the maximum and the minimum. Of course, it can always, I mean, it's the common one, but 它不是每一次都是这 maximum minimum 的，而时间、距离、速度这些 distance, speed, velocity 所有都是我们的 differentiation 的 application. Okay, so let's have a look. What is the rate of change? Okay, the rate of change is a gradient. Basically, it's just gradient. Okay, 所以如果你有读 physics 的话，可能这一个是maybe like the easiest part for you to understand, because we've got like, you know, distance, a car traveling from one place to another with a given time, and etc. But in order to find like what is the change in the distance, okay, we have to do divide dx. 为什么呢？因为 divide dx 它做的东西就是 I am looking at an instant. Like for example, if I'm changing my height accordingly of this to this equation. So there is like an equation of how my height is changing. Okay, so and let t equals to second year. Okay, I know it's not like a real thing, but like just think about it. Okay, 所以我们就讲我们的 height in this case 它是长成这个样子的。So what happens to the gradient when t equals to 0? Not t equals to 0, t equals to 2. Okay, and this is h. 那也就是讲着我在 t equals to 2的时候的 second year 的时候，我已经抵达到了一定的 height， 对不对？ But how fast am I growing? That is the question at that time. So 我们一定要知道它的 differentiation. 所以我要知道我到底有多快长高。OK， 我长得多快，这个样子。So let's have a look. Find the rate of change of h respect to t when t equals 0. 所以这里我们的 differentiation is just equals to 2 over 5 t. So this is the gradient. This is the gradient part. So we have like a gradient right over here. Approximately. Sorry, it should be like that because it's from the origin. Okay, now when t equals to 2, t equals to 2, now 我们的 rate of change at that instant 我们是4 over 5的。Okay, but what about if t equals to, you know, 4, 或者是 t equals to 5, you know? 我们就讲 when t equals to 5, 我们的 rate of change is different. That means I'm growing in a different speed. Okay, at this instant, I'm growing in different speed. Okay, let's try. If t equals to 10, what happens? dh over dt will equals to 4. 所以它其实是讲着我的 t 时间越长，我 grow 的速度就越来越快。Okay, so this is basically how the rate of change works. So at what instant 我在什么时间的时候，我的那个速度是多快的意思。Okay, so variable v and t connected by the equation of the equation there. So find the rate of change of v respect to t when t equals to 4. So in this case, 我们就讲 differentiation straight away for t minus 3. And when t equals to 4, 我们的 dv over dt is just straight away 16 minus 3, which is just 13. Done. 所以在这种 differentiation rate of change 的那种 differentiation 最难的部分应该就是你要去 understand 它是怎样去 work 的 like how the speed and distance and time work in differentiation. Now, there's one more thing about chain rule. The rate of change, we can actually rewrite dy over dx equals to 1 over dx over dy. we may need this rule. And that's the reason why engineers are like, oh, they are fraction. And mathematicians be like, no. Also physicists. But anyways. Okay, so 我们就来看一下一些 example. Let's have a look. Example 3. A point with the coordinate x and y moves along with the curve in such a way that the rate of increase of x has a constant value of 0.06 units per second. Find the rate of increase of y at the instant when x equals to 3 and state whether y coordinate is increasing or decreasing. So 这里有一个 hint. Okay, there's always a pattern. 在这种问题呢，你会看到一个字叫做 rate of increasing 或者是 decreasing 的。Okay， 无论你是 rate of increase 或者是 decrease， okay，it's always d over dt， 无论它是 positive 还是 negative，okay，it's always d over dt。所以如果我们讲 rate of increase of x, what does that mean? 它就讲着我们的这个 constant, okay, 我们的这里有个 constant value for rate of increase, dx over dt 等于 0.06 的意思。因为你看到吗？它的 unit 也是写着 per second 的。Of course, 你可以看 unit 来判断出来啦 but generally, 如果它没有写什么东西，它永远都是 dt as the denominator. Hence, 还有另外一个我们要找的是什么？我们要找的是 rate of increase of y when x equals to 3。也就是讲着我们要 find dy over dt。那我们现在看我们的那个 information， 我们有什么？我们有 dx over dt， 我们有 y 的那个。Okay, so how can we tackle this question？ 如果你看到它是没有什么关系的，看起来是没有关系的嘛，对不对？Always try and write up a chain rule equation. 也就是讲这 dy over dx 乘以 dx over dt。哎，确实有我 dx over dt 看到吗？这一个是我们的 chain rule。那我们 dy over dx 可以算出来吗？可以的。So let's have a look. 我们就会有 dy over dx equals to 1 plus the chain rule of it, which is the derivative of the inside 乘以我们的 derivative of the outside。所以这个是 final form。那它有要求 when 什么样的时候没有？有的 ，which is when x is equals to 3。So therefore， 我们这里 all of the x's must be equals to 3。如果我们看到 x， all of them are 3。所以 this is the case， 我们就可以得到 when x equals to 3，dy over dx equals to 1加6 plus 3。which is the same as 我没有写错嘛，对不对 Okay, so that makes it as 4 over 3，就按 calculator 也可以做算出来的啦。So 我们的 dy over dt is equals to 我们的4 over 3 times 0.06. Hence our final answer is 0.08. Unit per second， 所以也就是讲这每当我们的 x 走了，就是在 x equals 3的时候，它的 rate of increase 从2变成3，或者是 maybe like the increment 它增加了多少，也就是讲这它增加了它的 rate of change 就是每1秒钟它就会增加 0.08 when x equals 3。 Okay，那我们怎样判断出来它是 increasing 还是 decreasing？ 所以我们就讲 dy over dt is bigger than 0, therefore it is increasing. Done. Next one. Oil is leaking from the pipeline under the sea and the circular patch is formed on the surface of the sea. The radius of the patch increases at the rate of 2 meters per hour. So find the rate at which the area is increasing when the radius is 25 meters. So 这里看起来很少 information， 对不对？ But let's analyze a bit. 我们要找的是什么？我们的要 find 的东西是 the rate of which the area is increasing。所以也就是讲 rate of the area， 也就是讲这我们要找的是 dA over dt。而且它有什么 information？ 我们有 radius of the patch increases at the rate of 2 meters per hour。所以就讲这我们这里是 dr over dt equals to 2。Okay, not much information， 就像我们讲的一样，我们就直接试一下看有没有 chain rule 的 relation。那我们就讲 dr 了，因为我们这里有 dr 嘛，对不对？我们就选择它的那个是 dr。Okay， 这里一样。But how do we know the area of dt? Now, here's the fun, dr. Here's the fun thing. 它有讲这一个是 circular patch. So in that case, 我们的 area of a circular 或者是 circle is equals to pi r squared. So hence dA over dr is equals to 2 pi r. 它有讲在什么 value 没有？有的。When the radius is 25 meters. So hence VA over dr equals to 50 pi. And therefore dA over dt, we have 50 pi times 2. That makes it as 100 pi per meters cube, meter square per hour. 因为我们有那个 unit， 有 unit 就永远就要写 unit 上去啦 ，just for safety like score. Now again, a solid sphere has a radius of the surface area A and volume V. The radius is increasing at the rate of 1 over 5 pi cm per second. 所以看到吗？我们这里它直接写 unit， 那我们就其实可以直接写它的那个 differentiation 了的。当你看到这个 per unit 的时候，永远都是 unit per second 还是 unit 什么的时候，我们就自己知道它是 differentiation 了的。所以这一个 case， 我们可以得到的是 dr over dt，which is 1 over 5 pi. Now find the rate of the surface area and the volume. So 第一个 A1 的话，我们是 find the surface area 嘛，所以 dA over dt。B1 dV over dt. Again, not much information. Let's put it out into chain rule form. Okay, 那我们知道 area of a circle 嘛，刚刚也是一样的，对不对？ So let's do it. A equals to pi r squared， 因为它也是 solid sphere, it's also considered a circle, right? But one of the things, sphere 还有 circle 有一个差别，就是它们是一个 multiplier of 4. It should be in your mark scheme, so you should be fine. Just copy it properly. Just be aware of what you are copying from the data booklet. Now, dA over dr, that makes it as 8 pi r. And we are asked to find r equals 3. What is the rate when r equals 3? 所以所有的 r 都要换成3。So dA over dr equals to 24 pi. And hence our answer dA over dt is equals to 24 pi times, what is it? 1 over 5 pi. And our answer is just 24 over 5 cm square per second. Now what about volume? Volume is 4 over 3. This is just formula sheet. And then we have dV over dr, that makes it as 4 pi r squared. And hence when r equals to 5, this is what the question asks. 我们就会有 dV over dr, then 25 times 4, 100 pi. So dV over dt is equals to 100 pi times 1 over 5 pi, that makes it as 20 cm cube per second. So it's increasing 20 volume per second. Okay, for the surface area, it's just increasing 24 over 5 per second. Okay. Now, water is pouring into the conical container shown at the rate of 2 pi cm cube per second. Okay, again, the unit says it all. 我们就会有 dv over dt equals to 2 pi. 这个直接看 unit 我们就可以看出来了的。Now after t seconds, the container has the volume V and is given by 1 over 12 of pi h cube. Now this seems like it's a hard one, so we have to take a slow step. First of all, find the rate of change when h equals to 5. Rate of change of h. 所以也就是讲这 dh over dt. Which is, of course, 我们的 information 不够嘛，所以 let's try and put it into our chain rule form. Yay, we have one. Now, 你可能会觉得就是讲，哦，我要找 dh over dv，那我直接先 rearrange 一下 h。Can do. Let's try it out. So we've got h equals to 12 v over pi square a cube root. And you have to use chain rule in order to solve this question. What is the difficult part about this? It's going to be so messy. 它会非常非常非常乱。I mean, doable, okay, doable, but messy. 所以我们要怎样做呢？ If you remember this one, the reciprocal of the dy dx is just dx over dy. So hence, we can just say, let's find out what dv over dh is, which is just 1 over 4 pi h square. Then we can say, 或者我放成这个 form. Then we can say dh over dv equals to 4 over pi h squared. And when h equals to 5, we have 5 over 25 pi, which makes it as 1 over 5 pi. Nope, what am I doing? It should be 5. Oh, it should be 4 up there. Why am I writing 5? No. This should be it, 4 over 25 pi. So, 我们的 final, 它就会得到 dh over dt equals to dh over dv, which is just 4 over 25 pi times 2 pi. And our final answer is just 8 over 25 cm per second. Done. Now, question B is a bit of a headache because we have to use what they have given and replace it back into the equation, which I know it's like difficult. Okay, it's what 在我们的 topic 里面，就是大学里面我们讲这个叫做 iteration， 也就是一直重复的意思。But 你通常只会重复一次而已。So let's have a look. Given that the container has radius 10 and height of 20, find the rate of change of h when it's half full. 所以也就是讲我们这里原本是这总共它是 fill， 它之前还没有破之前它是 full 了的。他想要知道在 half full 的时候，它的 rate of change 是多少 ？OK， 所以这一个就是它的难度。Okay, so we know from the full volume 它是多少？是 1 over 12 pi times our 20 cube rate. OK， 所以也就讲着我们这里按 calculator。Where is my calculator? There we go. Times 12 to 12. That makes it as 2000 pi over 3. And if it's half full, that means it's just 1000 pi over 3. So this is the volume when it is half full. Now, 我们要做什么东西呢？我们要做的东西就是用这个 information 来去算出来，在 half full 的时候，我们的 height 是多少？因为它要找什么东西？它要找的是我们的 rate of change of h, which is dh over dt when it is half. So we have to find height when half full. 所以我们就是这个知道了吗？我就是放回去这个 equation， 所以 that we have v equals to 1 over 12 pi h cube. 所以我们把 v half, okay, so that makes it as 1000 pi over 3 equals to, you know what, I'm just going to put the 12 over, times 12 equals, and then over pi, then we've got h cube. That results into, this 2 cancels out, this becomes 4,000 cube root equals to h, which is approximately 15.874. 所以我们现在有了 the height of h when it is half full. Now, since we have to find what dh over dt is, all I need to do is just put it back into the chain rule equation, but in different value of h. 所以我们的 dv over dt is still the same. It's just that 我们的 dh over dv is using square root of 4,000. Not square root, cube root of 4,000. So that just makes it as what's dv over dh? That makes it as dh over dv. That makes it as 4 over pi cube root. Put it up into the calculator and then calculate. Please do not try and, do it by your hand and etc. 我们这里是2 pi. Oh, sorry, not equals to. So 我们这里 final answer, it should be 8 over cube root of 4,000, which is approximately the same as 0.0317 cm per second. Because we need to give 3 significant figure. Welcome to calculus. 可是你有发现到一个东西，就是它其实是很像的。你有发现到吗？这一个 value 其实你按 calculator 这一个 value 和这个 value 是差不多的。That is when the container is actually, slowly decreasing of the rate. So in real life, 其实它真的是会慢慢去 decrease 它的 rate of 的那个什么的。Okay, there comes 我们的 last question. So 我们看到它其实也是一个container of hollow shape and etc. 啦。Okay, so just for information, if you don't know, hollow is basically just, there's a gap. Like there is like space for you to put everything in this place. And we call this hollow. So for example, in case if you don't know, a hollow, it can be like these are the spaces that are like, these are the gaps. Then you can put, 你是可以放东西进去的。那我们这个叫做 hollow shape. Okay? Now, let's have a look. Now, we have a shape of a right circular cone. And the height container is 24 cm, radius is the diagram speaks it all, and we have to show that v equals to 4 pi h cube over 27. That is such a bad way of asking this. Okay, 所以它是什么意思？它就是讲这 ，OK， 你要去 prove 出来 ，given that 你已经有它的那个 radius 了。OK， OK， 你有它的 radius， 你有它的 height。I mean, do I need the height? No. So basically 它的这个 volume 是什么呢？它真的这个很不明显，我可以100% 跟你讲。它是要讲的是什么？它要讲的是 when 我们的这一个部分。So yeah， 然后它也是有讲了，它是一个 right circular cone， 对不对？所以也就讲这 there exists a right angle triangle in this space. And of course, same goes here. So it's a similar triangle. So let me draw it out. 这里就是我们的16 and 24. And we've got here, that is just R and H. So we definitely have a ratio. Okay, so the ratio of the height and the ratio of, maybe let's do R over H, radius over height. Okay, that's the ratio. So if that's the case, we can just say that for radius, it is 16, and then the height is 24. 然后我们就可以讲 the radius of the smaller part is R over H. 那我们就可以直接找出来 H is equals to 24R over 16, which is the same as 2 over, is it 2 over 3? No, we need to replace R. 所以我们就可以找出来 R is equals to 2 over 3H. So 为什么我们要找这个东西呢？我们看到这个 shoulder 的部分它是没有任何的 R 的，看到吗？ So that means 我们一定要 replace 那个 R value from the equation. And that's the reason why I say that you have to work it out. So this requires a little bit of critical thinking. Hence, we can say that V is equals to 1 over 3 pi R square, H, which is also the same as 2 over 3H square, H, which is the same as, just copy and paste everything from like the show that question. Done. Question B. Find in terms of pi that the rate of change of H when H equals to 12. So a rate of change of H, so you just answer dH over dt. What about this one? The rate of this one, according to the unit, 它是我们的 dV over dt, which is the same as, which is 8. So let's try it out. 我们这里要找出来 dH over dt, put it up to the chain rule. So 我们已经有 dV over dt 了嘛？ So let's work it out. How much is dV over dH over dV? Which we can straight away do dV over dH first. 那这样子的话，我们就可以得到，因为是 multiply of 3, 4 over 9 pi h square. Yes, 4 over 9 pi h square. Should be. Let me double check. Yeah. 所以我们的 dH over dV is equals to 9 over 4 pi h square, like that. Now, what they are asking when h is equals to 12, that makes it as 9 over 144 times 4 pi. Of course, they are asking us to write in terms of pi, 所以我们一定要留下来 pi in there. So hence, that makes it as 1 over 64 pi. Hence, our final answer, dH over dt, that makes it as dH over dV times dV over dt. And that results into 1 over 64 pi times, what is V over dt? 8. And our final answer is just 1 over 8 pi. What is our unit? Since it's height, it's in cm per unit time, which is second here. So that's pretty much it 所以我们讲真 the key thing is whenever you see the rate of change， 然后它通常 generally是讲着 time 的。如果它讲的是，如果你有看到 unit， 你也可以直接抄到，就是很像讲有这个 unit per second 这样子的情况，多数情况都是因为我们是用着 differentiation， 所以我们就把它的那个 differentiation according to unit 画出来。Okay, so that's the key part. Learn to read the units and learn to read rate of change. That's it for this chapter.